The death toll in the New Year's Eve nightclub attack in Turkey is now at 39. Nearly 70 were wounded by gunfire and some critically injured. Authorities believe a single gunman was involved. Our correspondent Michal Bardavid joining us now from Istanbul, where the carnage unfolded. And Michal, what do we know about the whereabouts of this suspect?
Well, Mike, it's very difficult to say where he'd be hiding at this point, but the Interior Minister has announced that a comprehensive manhunt is underway right now, both in Istanbul and across different cities. Now, the terrorists basically just walked out of the nightclub during the chaos where civilians were rushing out due to fear. The Turkish Prime Minister Binali Yildirim, he made a statement condemning the attack. Let's listen.
No country is safe from these terrorist incidents. No one can say, we have no terrorism. It happened in Germany recently and in Iraq the other day. It has happened in many countries and it still happens. The only thing we can say is that terror has no religion. Terrorism is terrorism everywhere. Having double standards in the fight against terrorism will not lead to success, but rather create weakness.
So, Mike, we can definitely expect more on the investigation and what has been going on, whereabouts of this man soon in the upcoming days.
Michal, what about clues regarding who's behind the attack?
Well, there's been no claim of responsibility so far, but the thing is that the method of the attack basically signals towards ISIL, Daesh, whatever you want to call it, Islamic State, because of, first of all, the targets, civilians and foreigners, and this is something that ISIL usually chooses to do rather than targeting security officers, which is what the PKK, the Kurdistan Workers' Party terrorist organization, chooses to do. And also the group, Islamic State, has also posted a video online recently calling for their followers to carry out individual attacks, terrorist attacks, during New Year's in Turkey. So it could have been someone just following these orders here in Turkey. And the attack, it was just very, very random. It does not seem like it needed a lot of planning, a lot of manpower, or a lot of explosives for that matter. So basically, it seems like it was just one man carrying out this random attack and causing a lot of terror just on his own.
Michal, we know that it was a tough year, 2016, for Turkey. So much went on. But even in the last few months, in fact, in less than a month, we've seen a couple of attacks there in Turkey. So what's the mood there now?
Yes, Mike, people are just terrified right now. Basically, it was already a very unusual scene in Turkey. In Istanbul specifically, there was almost no traffic during New Year's, and this is very unusual. And the reason behind that was that people were already feeling insecure. People were frightened to go outside. There were a lot of people who were just already choosing to stay indoors because there had been a lot of warnings that an attack could actually happen. And now that it has, people are just feeling very overwhelmed, very scared. And Reina, this nightclub, is a very popular place, so people are feeling very frightened that just an attack can happen anytime, anywhere. And people were hoping that 2017 was just going to be a more peaceful year. It was going to be a good beginning. But right now with this attack, people are just feeling very overwhelmed and frightened, Mike.
Yeah, understandably. Michal Bardavid joining us there live from Istanbul.